Here we are at Jordan Ridge Elementary School. We can see the one tower very clearly, and the other tower that appears to be a flagpole but is not is just barely peeking up over the top of the roof. We'll see it when we go around the other side. What's very concerning to me is you can see there is a preschool now enrolling at the school with 2 cell towers that nobody knows there are 2 cell towers. Find that very disturbing indeed. And here is the front. Now, if you look at the school on the website, you can't see any cell towers. I find that quite interesting. I guess they're using an old picture of the school. But here we are at the front. And we're gonna go around to the side where we can really see these towers the best. Now we're approaching the side of the school from 2700 West. See the towers very clearly on this side. Almost every parent that I have talked to does not realize there are 2 cell towers here, because the white tower looks like a flagpole. There are in fact 2, and I have had this confirmed by several of the older people who live in the neighborhood. I'm at Jordan Ridge Elementary School, and I'm here because I'm angry that there's 2 cell towers at an elementary school. There shouldn't be. Children come here to school and they stay here 5 days a week for 7 hours a day. This isn't appropriate. It's not safe. They shouldn't have to come to a school and be radiated. It's disgusting. I'm here because I saw the story in Richmond, California about Weston Elementary School. Their school reported 7 cases of cancer 3 years after a cell tower was put up. And the parents blame the cell tower. Our school has 2 towers. If their school is dangerous, our school is even more dangerous. To quote the electromagnetic radiation specialist who was hired to test the level at that school in California, he says, "I wouldn't send my kids there at all. It absolutely is dangerous. Children are still developing and their cells are still being divided. It's the worst possible time in their life to be exposed." My problem with Jordan Ridge Elementary is that most people do not realize there are 2 cell towers here. Most of the parents believe this is a flagpole behind me, the white tower. This is not the case. There are 2 cell towers here. There shouldn't be 2 cell towers. I don't understand why there's not a limit. First off, I don't understand why cell towers are allowed at a school at all. But there should be a limit. There's 2 at this school. How many more are there going to be? Are they going to stop at 2? Probably not. There could be 3 or 4 or 10. In a few years. The city apparently has no law in place to keep these kids safe. It has no limit on how many cell towers a school can put in. It's disgusting and it's really dangerous. We've got to do something. Something has to be done about this. My other problem with Jordan Ridge Elementary is that none of the parents had a say about these towers going in. Most parents don't even realize there are 2 towers. So if the parents don't realize there are 2 towers, it means the school did not notify them that they were putting the towers in, which means the parents had absolutely no say. The school claims there were flyers and there was a meeting, but everyone I've talked to denies that. They deny that they were told, they deny they got flyers, they deny they were notified about a meeting. This should not have happened. The parents should have a say in their school, the school that their children are going to, whether they feel it's safe to have towers at the school or not. Some of the responses I've gotten about this issue is that there are no studies. There are no studies that claim that cancer is linked to cell towers. And I'm here to tell you that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. There are lots of studies that can connect cancer to cell towers. One of these studies was published last year out of Italy. The Ramazzini Institute in Italy did a $25 million study with rats. And they exposed the rats to radio frequencies from cell towers just like these at safe legal limits. The safe legal limits here in the US. And what they found is these rats developed tumors. They developed brain tumors and heart tumors and cancers. It is absolutely dangerous. And this huge study was published last year, and everyone keeps saying there are no studies. This study is so strong in its evidence of how dangerous these are. There are studies, we just need to look at them. I have been doing everything I can think of to fight these towers. I've emailed the school principal, I've emailed the school administrator, I've emailed the school board, I've emailed the mayor of our city, I've emailed her councilman, and no one will help me. No one will admit to me these are dangerous. They keep telling me they're safe, they keep brushing me off, they keep saying they're going to find out something for me, and they don't. And it's time to take this matter into our own hands. It's time to organize as a community, and it's time to tell them no more towers. It's time to tell them there has to be a limit, and there has to be something in place to keep our children safe when they go to school. They can't just keep doing this. They can't just keep going over our heads and putting dangerous cell towers. How many towers are they going to put in before we get a law in place to protect these kids? I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for you to join us. I'm asking you to help us say no to these towers. We have got to bring these towers down. These schools have gone mad. They're making money off these towers, and they're putting our children's safety aside. They don't care. It's about the money, and we've got to say no. We've got to stand up to them. If we back down, how many towers are going to go in? How many of our kids are going to get cancer, get tumors, get sick? I'm asking for your help, please. I'm desperately begging you to help us and join us and say no to this.